Hey there, this is Mark, and I'm back at the yoga room in my gym. It's been a little while since I've done a recording from here. This is my video project reading from The Golden Present Daily Inspirational Readings by Sri Swami Satchidananda, reading these for 365 days and sharing them here on the internet as a video, spontaneously opening to the day and then reading the topic and then my thoughts. And today is June 29th, and the topic is You Can Hear Him Whispering. Certainly, if you have that kind of faith and devotion, God can speak to you. You can hear Him whispering. There's nothing strange about it, but you must make sure of one thing. God is not the only one that speaks to you. There's some other fellow inside who also whispers to you. That fellow is your own ego. You can hear the voice of your own ego. Then, of course, you would ask, how can I distinguish between them? There is a testing stone for that. When God tells you something, it is for your benefit as well as for everyone else's benefit. Nobody gets hurt when God asks you to do something. It's good for all. But if your ego says something, there is always something sneaky about it. There is a tinge of selfishness. You have to get something first. Don't worry about others. Get it. Yes. So that is the testing stone. Is it selfish or selfless? Is it for everybody's benefit, or will someone get hurt by it? If it would hurt somebody, God would never say that to you. God loves everyone equally. He's not interested in hurting someone else to make you happy. Remember that. God also speaks to you through your own conscience. The conscience in you, in me, and in the other person will never differ because they are all from the same God. That's why sometimes when you do not know which voice is correct, you can go to somebody who you think is following God's advice within. But before you do that, make sure that that person follows the true guidance of God in his or her life. I like this, getting to hear this distinguishing part about the touchstone, to know, is it my ego or is it this greater self that's speaking, the higher self that's speaking? And if it's for benefit to myself and others, then that would be the higher self, or God, or universal intelligence. If it would be something that's, like he said in here, I like this, either sneaky or it has this tinge of selfishness, or a big alarm of selfishness, then that would be the ego. And it's not necessarily that it's wrong. It's just being able to distinguish when we're taking action on things. And that's how I'd prefer to think about this reading, is not so much about right and wrong in this situation, but just learning to discern and know where we're motivated. I'm even thinking actually about right now in this room. This is a public space and anyone can come in here. I had started to shut the door slightly and then the door closed all the way, and then I'm thinking, like, does it mean that other people can't come in here? And it's not what I intended. In fact, I'm going to go open the door, because if somebody wants to come in, they should be able to come in, right? There, I feel better. So it's this idea for me in this instance, that this open door, that there's nothing that I'm doing that's sneaky. There was a part of me that was like, oh, I just have to quickly do this video and get in this room. And so it's interesting, there was part of me that was thinking that way. And even though it is for the intention of, even this window's open and I want to close it. There, that was, it's done so that I want to, make my best effort to have this video be as focused and clear as I can make it. But the truth is, this is a public space, and if someone wants to come in, which has happened before, while I'm doing this video, it's totally fine, and even in some instances, it's kind of cool, because you never know what might happen. Maybe someone will join me. But most likely they'll hear me doing this and they'll choose not to come in, versus a closed door basically is me trying to take over this space which isn't mine. I don't know if that was a good example or not, but it's just something that I thought of, and I couldn't help but to have that go through my mind while I was doing this reading, and some message said, open the door. So I went ahead and just did it. And I think about that in other areas of my life when I might hear the message, but I don't take action. Or I feel like, oh, I'll do it later. Or, oh, it's not really that big of a deal. But what happens if you hear that message that feels like the right message, and you do take action right in that moment? And then you can let it go. You can move on to the next right action that you might need to take. So that's becoming a practice for me, is learning to hear those messages. Again, it's actually, I should do it in this way. It's like from inside, that is my higher self speaking to me to initiate or do something, and then to go do it, rather than to think, oh, at some point. Because that's something I've noticed I've missed out on that opportunity at times. I've heard, we have something like 25 seconds to act on an idea. If in that moment when that idea comes, you have to take action within those seconds, or else there's the tendency that you'll put it off and it'll keep rolling off and off your schedule. And then someone else will take action on that idea. So something at least to ponder. I don't know the science on that or how they figure that one out, but when I hear things like that, at least I find it interesting to ponder. The other thing about, God also speaks through you, through your own conscience. And if you don't know which voice is correct, to go to somebody you think is following God's advice within. That's why I find it so important to have connections and have a circle of people who have that ability to be someone you can reflect with. Somebody in your circle that has that kind of integrity. And I know I look for that, and I've benefited a lot from having friends like that. So I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and I hope this has been useful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay.